Hey everybody, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, it's finally here. It's directed by J.J. Abrams, and it has some of the old cast from the original Star Wars, along with some new people to join them. From the old Star Wars, we have Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher. Now, some of the new people that have joined them, we have Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, and we also have Adam Driver. This is a spoiler-free review. I'm just going to be talking about stuff that has been in the trailer, that you've seen from the trailer. So I just want to say that right now, that I'm not going to have any spoilers in this review at all. Disney bought Star Wars back in October 2012 from Lucas, and we've been waiting since then to see this movie. And what a treat it was. Now, first and foremost, I've got to start off and say, Daisy Ridley as Rey stole the show. She was excellent. She was one of the better characters we've seen in a long, long time. Daisy really hasn't been in that much, so to see her really for the first time, we get to see her as Rey, and we imagine her as Rey the whole time. There's so much more that I want to learn about this character, that I want to see in the next movies that are coming up. This is episode 7. They're going to have episode 8. They're going to have episode 9. And this is going to be a trilogy. The reason that I really wanted to see this movie to begin with, we don't know the story going forward. We don't know what's going to happen next. And it's just seeing these new characters and trying to figure out what they're going to be like. And I just kept wondering, who are these characters? Where's the story going? The last movies we've seen for Star Wars, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, the prequels, the thing was, there wasn't a lot of suspense with the movies that I thought, because we knew where it was going. We knew how it was going to play out, but here, we weren't quite sure, and we're still not sure. We want to know more about the universe, and that's what I loved about the first Star Wars. That it's like, it's building and building and building. We don't know anything about the Jedi, and the very first Star Wars, we just learn a little bit more and a little bit more, and we see more universes, more planets. And I think that is the best part about Star Wars. We see these planets, we see the weapons that the Jedis use, and then we see the Jedi abilities that they can use, and it just keeps going further and further, and we keep wanting more, and they keep giving it to us, and it's like, just seeing where this goes, where it takes us. And I think that was the best part for me leading up to this movie. And what I loved about this movie were the relationships between the characters. When I watched episode 4, episode 5, what I really liked was exploring the environments. Just learning more about the planets, learning more about their Jedi abilities. In this one, I felt that same sense of exploration, but more with the characters. I wanted to know where Rey was from, what Rey was about. I want to know the same thing with Finn. I wanted to learn the same thing with Poe. I wanted to know more about these characters. Finally, after all these years, we're seeing new characters, and we're getting to learn more about them. And I thought that was spot on. One of my favorite things about this movie were the different perspectives we got to see. Oscar Isaac playing the pilot, and we get to see his point of view, and I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see more of the Jedi perspective. I want to see more of the Stormtrooper, all of those different types of perspectives, I think, just added to the movie. And there's this scene with Oscar Isaac flying through the air. It had my heart pumping, and I was so excited. I was in this movie. I was just feeling this movie the whole time. I loved it. Adam Driver as Kylo Ren was incredible. I was kind of worried when I first saw the trailer and wondering how Kylo Ren would be when he talked.
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started.
When I first heard his voice, I was a little unsure, but when watching the movie, you can actually hear Adam Driver behind the mask, and it really gives this human perspective. The first time we see Kylo Ren, kind of what we've seen in the trailers, his lightsaber is so cool, and when he swings it, I mean, you really got that feeling that he was a bad dude. That being said, there are a couple of things that I questioned. I was so involved with this movie from the opening credits all the way through. I was in this world. So there was a lot of the movie that I was so invested, but there were a couple times that I didn't feel that emotional connection. The few of the parts that I wasn't as invested in were the main missions of the movie. I just didn't care as much for these main missions. I was more involved with the characters than any other part of this movie. When you see this movie, you're going to think, I've seen this before. But that's okay. It was time to go back to what we loved about the originals. Since Disney bought Star Wars, I think that they needed to be trusted by the fans that they could keep this series going forward. And we got that. I love these characters, and I loved seeing where this movie was going and where these characters were going. And like I said, we get to see more of the universe. And I know I'm being a little picky here because it was a great movie, but there were a few things that I still didn't like. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. See it, skip it, or rent it? I'm going to give it see it. Definitely, I can't wait to see even more. As always, if you liked my review, please hit the like button below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.